Today we're spearfishing in New South Wales, going after a rock lobster and a red rock cod, and we're going to do a taste comparison cook up. Stay tuned, it's going to be a fun episode with plenty of cool shots.
Try this.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like for more. Welcome back to the Wet Mammal channel. Today we are the second day of our little South Coast visit. Mon, what's the go? What's happening?
Well, we are going to a new spot today because yesterday there wasn't many crays. There was like 2. So hopefully the new spot provides. So yeah, basically we're just on a cray mission.
Yeah, we're really hungry for crays. We want lobster. It's coming to the end of the kind of typical lobster season here on the East Coast. Not really expecting to stumble across any slipper lobsters on this spot. This is a spot I know very well. I almost reckon I know every single nook and cranny that crays hide, but yeah, never seen a slipper in my life here, so we're just gonna go for Easterns, but fingers crossed there's a decent enough for us to kind of take a decent feed, and yeah, that will keep us busy with the crays for the rest of the year. Probably this will be my last time diving for crays.
Is it?
This year, I think, yeah, due to work commitments, so fingers crossed we can get some bugs. Alright, let's go. Travelling down the road to our spot, we pop the drone up and check the viz, but stumble across this awesome school of salmon. Not particularly interested in shooting a salmon today, but they still make for sick creatures to follow. Really cool to see them like this, swimming amongst the waves, just enjoying being free. You can learn a lot about fish behavior when you watch them from above and how they behave, what routes they take, and what's likely to spook them, move them from an area, or draw them in. But enough of that, it's time to get wet. Just as we're getting ready to go in, of course a wave decides to roll straight onto me. Not the end of the world, stand your ground, and it's about time to hop in. Geez, I hate using a float on quite a lot of dives. So although we're after crays today, I am going to load the gun up. I'm using a different torch. Typically I use the Orca D710 torch, and the link for that is in the bio. But today I'm trying out a new torch. Unfortunately it didn't turn out to be a great substitute. I will stick with the D710, but you've got to try new things. Yeah, it was just a bit awkward to use, and you couldn't do any double-handed grabs with it mounted on your hand. But as you can see, swimming along, checking these cracks, looking for lobster. Towards the end of the season, I've found that lobsters tend to prefer vertical cracks, and this is true for this guy. So I see him, I don't want to spook him off, I'm not quite prepared for it, so I take another dive down and I work out a plan on the surface. Back to searching in all of these nooks and crannies, looking for crays. The telltale sign is having their antlers poke out. You want to check in this cray weed. This stuff is gold for crays. Mon has a decent lobster spotted, and she goes in for a reach to try and grab him. I think there might have been 2 crays in this hole, but she tried grabbing him, couldn't grab him, and he bolted to the back. I'll go up and get a dive report from Mon before we try and work out what's happened. No good?
I grabbed onto some deer.
Oh, that's not right.
I went into his cave and then I just put my hand into the cave and I went like that onto his deer.
So after we discussed and discovered that Mon grabbed an urchin, we are back down with the torch to try and find where that cray went. Unfortunately, he is buried very far back there, and I don't have 2.5 meter arms, so we're not going to be able to get him out of that hole. But it's worthwhile checking the cracks nearby because of crays tend to attract crays. Sadly, no crays were found. I do try pretty much every ledge and nook that I'm aware of on this entire dive site to find crays. We stumbled across a couple more husks, so just carapaces of the lobsters when they've shed or when they've been eaten by something else, and yeah, it was just really unfortunate that we couldn't find too many crays on this dive, but I did manage to spot a red rock cod just hiding in here. Sorry Trav, I ram him with my spear engaged in the Trigger-Mac and the gun loaded, bit silly, but luckily AIMRITEs you can abuse, and yeah, they just don't fall. That's the perk of having an indestructible gun. So I ram the spear straight through it, push him onto the flopper as the next stage, so I want to avoid getting stung by this guy and his venomous spines. Obviously that wouldn't be too ideal. I've been stung before, it absolutely sucks. I am actually using the wet mammal gun on this dive, and I can't rate it enough. If you guys want to check it out, the link's in the description. It's a collaboration effort between AIMRITE and myself. Really, really cool. It's basically a gun styled on the type of gun that I use. Insane accuracy. You'll see from most of the videos that I upload, the fish that I shoot 90% of them in the head, and there's a reason for that. It's the AIMRITE brand. Amazing. And I guess I should chuck up the disclaimer that I am a AIMRITE ambassador and team diver. Next we continue looking for crays, and unfortunately it's just not happening. We stumbled across another carapace, and I think it's just time to call it that we might have just missed the big bugs. They might have all shed and then moved on into deeper waters, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll take an ab on the way out. How's this guy just hiding in an old urchin hole? I absolutely love abs for pasta, they're great. And now it's time to get out.
How's it?
Not too bad. Oh, we got a monster cray. You can't really see because he's hit by the ice bag, but he is fat as. Then we've got a really nice fat red rock cod. Alright, so not a bad day. We got a lovely bug. It's actually like a really, really big fat cray. I'm stoked for him. He's a monster. And then we've got a nice fat red rock cod. This rock cod's actually decent size as well, so yeah, not quite the 6 crays that we wanted, but it's something. He's going to taste delicious, he's going to taste delicious, and you know what, we're going to do a taste comparison. See, this is often called poor man's lobster, and this is actual lobster, so let's see what it tastes like.
And on the drive back from our dive, we spotted this beautiful Australian monotreme. It is, of course, the echidna. He was trying to make a cross in the road, and because of the cars coming over the hill, I just figured this would be the worst place for him to cross the road, so I decided to kind of act as a barrier between him and the road to make him go the other direction and think twice about crossing at this location, and hopefully he can cross in a safe spot, or decide that he doesn't need to. But they're super, super amazing creatures. They're kind of like a porcupine or a hedgehog of the northern hemisphere, except for these guys lay eggs, but they are mammals. Absolutely crazy and fascinating animals. Now we're home, it's time to prep these puppies up and get on with a taste comparison. Alright guys, so this is going to be a bit of an exciting experiment. We're going to do a blind taste test to see what the difference is between the eastern rock lobster and the red scorpion fish, or the red rock cod. So this is an absolute beaut of a lobster. So stoked with him. Probably not a PB for the season, but definitely in the top 5 for this year that I got of the eastern crays. And then we've also got this absolute whopper of a red rock cod. And I know a lot of people dodge these because they've got venomous spines, but they are absolutely delicious. They've got the nickname poor man's lobster, and that's why we're getting into this taste comparison. So I'm going to prep these guys up, and we're going to see which we think is better and if we can tell the difference between the two. So we're going to prep our lobster. The first thing that we're going to do is put a slice in the poop trail. We do that by entering the knife into the back. Then we're going to split our cray using nice sharp kitchen scissors. And we do this because of it basically creates a cleaner cut than a knife would. You run the daber through the middle just to slice up the meat and avoid getting any broken shell into the meat. Then we need to disconnect that poop track. So we've already sliced it, so we should just be able to lift it up, pull it out and disconnect it from the stomach. And yeah, we don't want to eat that, so happy days. Luckily he's got an empty poop trail, and this is our beautiful lobster. Beautifully firm flesh. He was well frozen in the esky. So now we're on to preparing the eastern scorpion fish, also known as a red rock cod or the poor man's lobster. I'm doing this bare hand. You can actually put a tea towel over this guy to avoid the venomous spines. I have been stung by them before and it does really suck, so you'd think I'd learn, but anyways, I haven't. Using the daber to cut back on that fillet. Lovely white firm meat. It is such an interesting fish and flesh, but it's delicious. So we've got the second one filleted up. Happy days. Just rubbed all the scales down it. Nice one, Sam. Clean that up quickly, and there we go. Both ready for seasoning and some grilling. Alright, so we've got Mon, who literally cannot see at all, and we're going to feed her some rotten dog.
What?
So, I'm joking. We're going to feed 2 bits of meat. We've got the lobster and we've got the red rock cod, and we're going to do it as sashimi, and Mon's going to try and work out which one tastes good and which one's which. Okay, so first off, try this.
I would say that is the... Well, at first I thought it was the rock cod, but actually now that I'm chewing it, I think it's the lobster.
Reckon that's the lobster? And what do you rate it out of 10, the sashimi?
I didn't really like it.
You didn't really like
No,
it?
it was yuck.
Oh, okay. And then we've got item number 2.
Okay.
Okay, open.
Okay. Now, I think I changed my mind. That one's way saltier. The other one didn't really have much flavour. Okay, I changed my mind. That one is the lobster.
So the one that you had first, you're now saying is the...
It's the rock cod.
And then the second one was the lobster.
I don't know. This is hard.
And what do you think, like taste-wise?
That one was nice. I like that one a lot more than the previous one.
Alright, so going in.
So we can't see now. And we'll start with the first little piece. Are you ready, Sam?
I am ready. Let's go.
Okay.
I definitely cannot see 100% that's lobster. Put my life on it. That's delicious.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to look like an idiot in front of everyone, but no, I've eaten enough raw lobster to know that's lobster. Absolutely unreal. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Second one.
Yeah. That's your red rock cod. So it doesn't have anywhere near the flavour for the sashimi that the lobster does, but it's not a bad eating fish. It does kind of dissolve. You definitely do want the soy or wasabi with it, but the lobster was insane. I love it. And you're going to tell me that I'm right.
You were right.
Woo! Now I'm just going to basically cook these things up, chuck some seasonings on it. Just going to go parsley, garlic, bit of Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper. You love it. We love it. Get into it. Let's grill it. So we're going to grate up some cheese. You can use Parmesan. I used Manchego on this occasion just because it was in the fridge. Salt your meat. Then smack it with a fair amount of pepper as well. Add some chopped garlic. We're going in with some chopped parsley next, one of my favourite herbs. Absolutely complements seafood perfectly. Then we're going to go on some of that grated cheese. Typically I would use butter on the meat as well, but unfortunately we ran out of butter in the morning, so yeah, poor prep by me. Anyway, time for the grill. And we're just going to grill this up for about 10-11 minutes for this cray. I always love to keep an eye on my crays and anything that I put under the grill. You can see all the bubbles, the smell, it's just incredible. Super excited. Definitely salivate a lot over this. All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get into it. Oh, it smells so good. And that will be cooked to absolute perfection. Well, just noticed that my thumb is actually on the metal and I've burnt myself very good. We've got our cooked fish and we've got our lobster. So Mon is going to have a guess. I'm just calling it down for you. We've got lobster, red rock cod. This is cooked. Let's try. Gonna be a bit warm.
Hot.
Is it really hot?
Okay, I say that's the red rock cod.
Red rock cod?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you score it out of 10?
I score it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Some would go higher, but... And then we've got item number 2, which is... Open.
That's a cray.
That's a cray?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Who would you put your life on it?
I would put my soul on it.
Okay.
It's definitely the cray.
Well, you got them both right. Well done.
Yay!
I mean, it would be a bit weird if you got one right and then the other wrong. But...
Yeah. No, you can definitely tell.
Yeah?
I mean, people say they're quite similar, but when you have them side by side like that,
you can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference. So now it's Sam's turn to guess the cray, or guess which is which. So...
The poor man lobster or the actual lobster?
Yes.
The imposter or the real thing?
You ready?
Is it, yeah? Is it hot? Alright,
No,
go.
it's good now. What's the verdict?
Okay. I'm going to say that that was the Red Rocky.
Okay. And what makes you say that?
Just the texture isn't quite the same as a cray's. The way that the meat breaks down is a bit different. It's almost like an overcooked cray. But yeah, that's my thing. I'm not like as definite as I was on the sashimi though. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Piece. What do you think now?
That's the lobster.
So good?
That's so easy to tell. The thing that the red rock cod, I can take that off now, yeah, 100% a lobster. Okay, so the thing that you can 100% tell about the lobster, it's just juicier. It's got so much more of a stronger seafoody taste. It's insane. It tastes delicious. I really, really love the innards, that yellow stuff that everybody is like, yeah, it's really strong. That is delicious. There was actually a bit of that sauce on the flesh. That's how I knew 100%. But the red rock cod was good. I would have scored the red rock cod probably an 8 out of 10. And I would have gone the lobster a 10 out of 10. But that is cooked to perfection, the lobster. That's amazing.
Yeah, I rate that lobster 10 out of 10.
There you go. And you're going to smash this very, very quickly.
I was already eating it when you had the blindfold on.
Oh, are you? The rock lobster is a tasty fish, and I definitely recommend it. It makes up for the fact that crays are quite hard to find for 6 months of the year. So when crays aren't in season, rock cods are the next best thing. They've got wicked wings on them as well. They make fantastic stock. So that's what's going to happen to that guy, 100%. He's going to be used and probably turned into a ramen. or a ramen base at least. Mom's absolutely going to town on that cray. I'm not going to have any left, but the cray is delicious. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Like and subscribe for more. Drop a comment. I'm sorry that there's been a huge gap in between dropping episodes. I've been a very busy boy, but lots of things have happened. We've got plenty of exciting dive news coming on. It's going to be a little bit scarce between now and the end of the year in terms of YouTube. I'll aim to do one video a month at least, but there's going to be plenty of shorts and reels and everything. So if you want daily content, that should still be trickling through, so go check out the Instagram or just subscribe to the YouTube if you watch YouTube Shorts. And yeah, that's basically it. But 2024 is going to be crazy. I've got an incredible announcement which I'll be making in the next month or so that's just going to change the Wet Mammal channel forever, and it's going to potentially lead to Wet Mammal content full time. So you guys are going to absolutely love it. Stay tuned for it. Yeah, geez, you're literally honing into that.
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna get stuck into it. Guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay wet, stay fed, catch ya.